Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here. How are you doing? Right, today's map has got something very much in common with last Thursday's map, both being based in British Columbia in Canada. But before we get on and review that map, we need to talk about Buddy. Yes, you know Buddy. He's our new little friend who hides in the map somewhere. And as usual, when you see him, stick it down below, I saw Buddy. I know it sounds silly, but I think it's a bit of fun. Why not a little bit of fun? He's very small, you can easily miss him. He's a pinprick. You'll not see him on your phone, it's that small. Right, okay, it's map review time, and it's Thursday. And what does that mean, everybody? It means it's Throwback Thursday. Yes, when we go back to yesteryear. This map is 2 years old, so it's a little bit dated. What I've done, though, I've decided that the older maps where there's no recommended theme and LUT, I'm going to give them one. This is Wadhams, British Columbia by Splixball. And yeah, there was no recommended theme or LUT, so I have gone ahead and been a little bit creative. There's your start square. And I've given it the Alpine theme, and there's your resources. And we have gone with the Snowfall LUT, of all things, wouldn't you believe? Right, let's see what we need. And the answer is nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's a good little write-up there. Read every word of it, just for the entertainment factor. Honestly, it's a lot of thoughts being put into this map. Whether it's actually worked is a different question, but actually a lot of thoughts being put in. Now there are 4 highway connections. We're not going to look at all of them, because once you realise why, you'll realise why. They don't connect up in the middle or anything, there's just like 4 dead ends. The roads at first don't appear too bad, and then you see this. There's been no landscaping or terraforming done to accommodate for the steepness of that, and they're not parallel with the other highway, and it just seems a little bit higgledy-piggledy and a bit lumpy-bumpy. You go, roads are often like that in my part of the world. Okay, but are the bridges like this? Are the bridges like that? And are you drowning trees under your bridges like this? Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe in your corner of Romania the bridges are like that and the roads like that. But I don't believe this is Romania. I think it's British Columbia. And the Canadians, they have their standards, you know. Not many of them, but they have them. Anyway, the road dead ends here. And actually, in terms of dead ending, that's not the worst place. There are worse places on the maps than that. And we're not going to see all of them. But yes, that's not the worst of the highways. Let's have a quick look at the rail. There's 2 rail connections. I think there's 2 rail connections. Was there 4 rail? I can't remember. It's 2 or 4, or 1 or 3. No, I know it's more than 1. I'm sure it was 2. Anyway, we've got some overhanging trees encroaching onto the railway lines there. Not the worst cases, but they are glitching into the power lines. And there is snow on them leaves. It's not going to be snow, which is frozen water, and electricity, electricity, do not mix particularly well. So I've been told. Let me just find out. Bucket of water here. Oh, hang on, elevated bit there. Interesting. Yeah, not clever. Yeah, bucket of water. Okay, got that. Got my toaster. Fantastic. Just going to plug it in. Okay, right. Bear me just 1 second. I'm just going to find out whether water and electricity mix. Hang on, 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I can conclusively say that my hamster is not alive anymore. So, sorry. Oh, there seems to be drowned trees here. Okay, these little trees here, they would have been washed away now. The bigger ones probably would be hanging on. But anyway, drowned trees. Yes. Oh, my poor hamster. Oh, Bertie. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Anyway, oh, speaking of little people and stuff, you seen Buddy yet? Have you seen Buddy yet? Have you? Maybe he hasn't been seen yet. That'll be the answer. Anyway, that dead end's there. A bit close to the edge of the water, don't know where that's going to go. And did you see the yellow snow on that tree? You. You. Okay, brilliant. I know we could use no radioactive blah blah blah, but no. Anyway, yeah, that doesn't give you much room to build any further. So you probably want to knock that highway back. Probably demolish it back to maybe about this location there. Somewhere in that area. Will give you a little bit of room to build. Let's have a look at some of the other stuff. We won't follow all of them. Railway here, that's a little bit lumpy bumpy again. Where are we going with this? Yeah, that dead end's there. What are you going to do down there with the rail? Maybe a dock, I guess, possibly. We've got enough more highways here. Slightly encroaching leaves, but not too bad. Your elevated bit there looks a bit awkward. It's just like the roads and the rails have been just like dumped down without too much regard. And look at this, look, not just mantle, but you can see the underworld. Yes, where the devil lives. The devil incarnate. Anyway, speaking of devil incarnates, have you watched Fresh Popcorn's new? No, I'm kidding, I'm joking. I'm joking. Now we've got this unusual glitching going on. This is not the map creator's fault. I don't know what causes this, but we'll have an asset review anyway. Oh yeah, I don't know what causes that. Every now and then we come across a map that happens. Right, today's asset is another beauty. It's a commercial building. It's Laval Shop, which apparently is French, of all places, by Lost Gecko. And it says on the front there, Jes Macaroons or Macarons. I think that's what it says on the front there. Which is obviously a little nod to our favourite French connection. Our French connection. Absolutely correct there, BonBon. No, our favourite French-style creator, Jes. And this is a lovely little building. Of course it is, because it's Lost Gecko. Lost Gecko has been doing fantastic commercial buildings and various other stuff for a long while now. And this show would be kind of lost without theirs and many other creators' assets. It's Laval Shop, one by Lost Gecko, and another beauty. Oh. I love a beauty, me. And here is a beautiful theme. Now in the dusk, in the twilight, 7:45 in the evening. It's Euro 4K by P. Delmo with Permaculture LUT. And it's time for a few factoids. Sit back. A runcible spoon is not a spoon. It's a curved three-pronged fork. No good for your soup then, missus. When the first duck-billed platypus arrived at the British Museum, the curators thought it was a fake and tried to put its beak off. Right. And finally, you like a little bit of fruit. I know you like a fruity factoid. Well, settle down, guys, because I've got a fruity factoid for you. Cherry leaves. Okay, they're not technically fruits, but they're poisonous. So don't go eating them, children. Do not go eating cherry leaves. They will not do you any good, guys. Right, back to Wadhams, British Columbia by Splixball. And we're looking at shipping routes. We've got a shipping route here that comes up this river here, which is apparently realistic, according to the map or where we're based on. But I look at this and I see this as almost a waterfall. Almost. I mean, this is close to the rapids. And I don't see many ships attempting that. Many. Maybe I'm wrong. Mate, tell me in the comments. Are you wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Yeah, maybe I am. Water flow. There's a little bit that's been pushing in from the outside of the map. Then as we come into the map, it's almost static. There's a little bit of motion in the ocean, but not too much. Coming up here, there's a little bit of water coming down from this river. That is clearly flowing down the hill. What else have we got? We've got one over here. That's flowing quite nicely. And the main route, strong river flow here. There is a minor problem with this. Minor problem. Nothing to sweat too much about because it's right out near the fog. There's your water source. If you go any further up here, well, there's no escape route for this water. So that could be a collection point for your sewage. Not that you'd want it to be, really. Anyway, let's have a quick fly through of the gloriousness that is the Alpine theme. Because like I say, decided to go with the Alpine theme. I could have gone with the vanilla theme, but this map, like I say, also using the Snowfall LUTs just to bring out the colours a little bit better as well. This is an aged map, and we have some old faults like drowned trees like here. These are errors and are bringing the score down quite badly because there's quite a few of them more there as well. Add that to the quality of the roads and your detailing score cannot be that high, I'm afraid. So across the other side of this this wide old river. Thank you very much, Mr. Car, driving past, revving your engine as loud as you can. Very helpful, very peaceful. I live in a peaceful area. I need to move, help. British Columbia would be a good place to move, I think. I'm not keen on the cold though, but I'm not keen on the heat. I like a nice temperate area. Not too a Goldilocks zone. Somewhere on Earth. That's where I need to be. Okay, mountains. The mountains are alright, actually. I think they're more convincing than the previous British Columbia map in terms of mountains. They were more hills. These are quite imposing, and I believe them indeed. Well, this a couple of islands. This particular one. Notice the edges of these islands where it's a little bit pointy islands there. I'm not believing that. So basically, below water level is kind of a lack of, let's say, accuracy. I would say, in terms of realism. Anyway, that island's definitely buildable on, possibly some sort of like dock, or maybe you want to send your trash out to that island. That would be a pretty good place to stick it, I think. Where else are we going? What else have we got? Have we covered everything? I'm flying around looking for anything I might have missed. I'm also looking for Buddy. Buddy, where are you? No, he's been and gone, guys. You've missed him. If you haven't seen him, you've missed him. Okay, Wadhams, British Columbia by Splixball. Aesthetically, do you know what? With this theme and LUTs, it's actually okay. It's actually okay. I'm gonna give it the credit and give it a 4th star, although the original settings probably would have only been a 3. Detailing, I kind of like the tree placements. I think the tree placement and the look of the mountains are great. And we've got those lousy roads, and we've got lots of drowned trees as well. That tree placement is pretty bad. I'm gonna give it a middly 3. It's not a secure 3, a middly 3. And then for gameplay potential, I think it's all in place. I think there's limitations on this map, and there's stuff to sort out first. I'm gonna be generous and give it a 4th star. I think it just edges into the 4-star category. Wadhams, British Columbia by Splixball, and not a bad Snowfall map. Not one that I personally want to play myself, but hopefully one of you guys might want to jump in there and subscribe to it and give it a go. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for our request map, our Patreon request map, where these guys have voted last week and picked tomorrow's map out, and it was a close vote. There was only 1 vote in it right at the very end, which came through on the very last day. So let's hope it's worth it, guys. Let's hope it's worth it. See you tomorrow, and Buddy will see you too. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.